तो साइंस की बात होगी, बिलीफ्स की बात होगी, अभिनव एनी अदर बेनिफिट यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस फ्रॉम मेडिटेशन जो जनरली लोग बात नहीं करते, या मतलब बेसिकली अभी हमने भी डिस्कस नहीं किया?
See, the best thing that we did, or the best thing that happened to us when we talk about meditation was कि हमने कोई साइंस पढ़े बिना इस चीज़ को एक्सपीरियंस किया, and we always had a purpose behind it. For example, like my parents enrolled me in this art of living. There was a purpose behind doing this meditation, anger management, right? So I saw improvement in that. Similarly, you said that you had issues with sleep.
Yes.
And you had a purpose behind that meditation and you were able to fix it.
Yes.
So for someone it can be stress, you want to fix it, start meditation and have a purpose behind it. So benefits both, like I've written, you will have more focus, you will see as things as they are and not as your mind is perceiving them to be. It helps to declutter your mind. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And one of those examples is whenever you are very stressed, try meditating. Just a conventional meditation act.
Yes.
And there will be a lot of yawning that will happen.
Yes.
And that is something that that is when you will realize your body is going in a very relaxation
Yes.
mode. If I'm stressed, if I start meditating, I think I will yawn for good like 100 times before I feel that my body is completely relaxed. And then we are finding solutions to problems rationally. This is something that has happened so many times with me, and I was discussing the same thing with my mom. So my mom recently became district education officer in Patiala, and her responsibilities, the amount of stress she's handling, it's a lot now. Any problem that you're facing and you're not able to find a solution to it, sit down, meditate, put that intention behind it that, okay, I want to find a solution to this problem. And in that relaxed state of mind, somehow some thought will arise, which will actually give you a very rational, a practical approach towards the problem that you were facing. And it's been days, months and years, you've not been able to find a solution. But वो आ जाती है, right? But again, as I said, these are all जो भी हमने लिखी हैं. But at the end of the day, meditation करने बैठ रहे हो, just like every act that you're doing in life, have a purpose behind it. And you will find the benefit, right? Before even you start going into science and stuff, just sit down, have a purpose, and you will find the real solution.
Yes. अभी मेरे को पर्सनली क्या लगता है कि जो मेडिटेशन के पीछे साइंस है, इट्स वेरी बोरिंग.
Yes.
कि मतलब ये साइंस सुन के भी कोई ऐसे वो नहीं बोलेगा कि यार मैं कल से मेडिटेशन स्टार्ट कर देता हूँ. It's just that since we have already experienced that for months and years, we talk about the same thing with with a lot of conviction.
Right.
Because awareness, I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the word awareness.
Yes.
So let's get into specifics कि भाई men को कैसे help करेगी meditation.
Right.
पहली चीज तो है, देखो, masculinity, a man is nothing without discipline.
Right.
There's no question around that.
Right.
And if you are meditating every day, रोज सुबह उठ के, किसी को करने का मन नहीं करता. It's been like 4 years for me. Abhi bhi I have to push myself to meditate. Right. But if I'm going out there and spending even 5 minutes, not even like 15-20 minutes,
right,
I'm telling myself that I care about my mental health.
Right.
Second thing which is indirectly happening is I'm building discipline. I'm building a routine.
Right.
Routine pe we have covered in detail,
right,
specifically morning routine and stuff like that at Being Men. So guys, watch other episodes. So discipline is number one for men according to me.
Yes.
Next is focus, which you mentioned. Yes. Next is that this is for this applies to all humans. By the way, guys, whatever we talk about applies to everybody, right, even women. It also helps us channelize energies.
Right.
Especially when there's something negative which is happening in your life and you can't control it directly.
Right.
Meditation would also help us channelize energies. Having a wider vision, like you mentioned, कि कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होती है अगर इंटेंशन के साथ करा जाए तो इट गेट सॉल्व. ऑल्दो जो लोग मेडिटेट नहीं कर रहे हैं उनको ये बात थोड़ी बुलशिट लगेगी सुनने में.
Yes.
बट दिस इज फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंस एंड दिस इज समथिंग विच आई डिड नॉट मेंशन इन माय नोट्स, बट इट हैज हैपेंड मल्टीपल टाइम्स विद मी दैट आई एम स्टक अप. मुझे मतलब ऐसी सिचुएशंस है कि भाई निकल ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ. एंड आई एम जस्ट लाइक कि यार चलो कोई ना, रिलैक्स होने के लिए मेडिटेट कर लेता हूँ. बट विद इन 15-20 मिनट्स ही वो चीज़ सॉर्ट होगी. नॉट ऑलवेज. अभी मेटाफिजिकल सी बात लगी, लोग बोलेंगे क्या हवा में बात कर रहे हो. बट दिस इज जस्ट फ्रॉम माई एक्सपीरियंस. दैट्स व्हाई आई डिड नॉट मेंशन इट इन माई नोट्स. बट ऑब्वियसली इट्स नॉट लाइक हमेशा ही ये होगा. But once in a while होगा कि because you are just decluttering your brain. Yes. Because understand your brain is very powerful. Yes. But if you clog your brain with bullshit thoughts, yes, and stress, yes, then it does not function properly.
Very true.
Because body का stress है तो आपकी body की priority क्या है? Stress से बाहर आना.
Right.
And think about early man. Early man को क्या stress होता था? खाना नहीं मिल रहा या एनिमल मुझे मारने आ रहा है.
Right.
Right now in modern world there are 100 types of stressors. Lighting अच्छी लग रही है कि नहीं, आज मेरी performance on the podcast अच्छी है कि नहीं, and so on, hundreds of things.
Yes.
Right, and everyone goes through all of these thoughts.
Yes.
Right, today we are recording after a while.
Yes.
Back of the mind हल्की सी ये भी thought आ रही थी start करने से पहले कि यार would the flow be good or not.
Yes.
Right, these are things which are fine because
Right.
these are a part, because your brain's job is to get you ready for the worst case scenario.
Right.
So keep that in mind and channelize your energy the right way. And as we have already discussed, focus or management of anger. It's a game changer for me. My mom के words are कि भाई you have changed completely. You have become a better human. Because for me one of the biggest issues was unmanaged anger. अब क्या हो गया कि अब अवेयरनेस बढ़ गई है थॉट्स की और मूड की. अब गुस्सा खुद भी आ रहा होता है, ऐसा नहीं गुस्सा आना बंद हो गया. आ रहा होता तो मुझे पता है कि यार ओके अब मैंने ज़्यादा किसी से बात नहीं करनी है, अभी किसी से कोई सीरियस टॉक्स नहीं. चाहे जाके मैं कई बार अकेले भी बैठ जाता हूँ और मे बी आई जस्ट गो टू द जिम. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि एंगर गायब हो गया है, एग्रेशन है नहीं, बिल्कुल भी 100% है. बट अब मुझे ये पता कि मैं किसी को कुछ कहने से पहले या आउटबर्स्ट होने से पहले मुझे पता है कि यार लॉन्ग टर्म इट वोंट बी गुड.
Right.
It's just my current state of mind, current mood. It all comes from what? The boring word awareness. So that's what.
Yes, definitely, and you beautifully put it about discipline, routine, and at the end of the day, if I have to talk about as to why it is important for men, of course it is important both for men and women. But for men, okay, let's start with a very real practical example. So blood pressure issues are increasing in men, like they are exponentially increasing every single month. You see the researchers and the papers and stuff. People are dying of heart attacks and stuff. Not trying to be negative, but I've had clients who've been facing BP issues, migraine issues since so long, and this burst of anger over their loved ones, spoiling their relationships. And I asked them just to start meditating 15 minutes a day, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes before you go to sleep, or the next time whenever you feel this burst of anger, sit down, right? And without explaining any signs to them, miraculously within a month, everyone is improved. Their BPs come down. There is migraine is improved. Of course, we are also fixing their lifestyle through food, through exercise and stuff. But they always mention this whenever they have been in any kind of an emotional state, because most of them are entrepreneurs having very hectic jobs, sitting in front of the screens throughout the day, stress levels completely high, blue light completely high. So whenever they're in the emotional state, that is the point when the stress and all these emotional, these challenges or emotions, they take over. And they always mention कि जब भी हमें कोई emotional state में होता था and I was about to burst on someone, I was about to take an irrational decision, or I felt that this repetitive reaction or behavior can spoil any of my professional or personal relationships, we started meditating, focusing on breathing. Immediately all that irrational thoughts, they were getting replaced by rational stuff, right? So it helps you to get out of that emotional state. I always say, कभी भी लाइफ के कोई डिसीजंस लेने हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी में मत लो और बहुत ज़्यादा दुख में, गुस्से में मत लो. कभी भी इमोशनल स्टेट में कोई डिसीजन लो. Always come into something which we call as equanimous mind. Equanimity is like a very stable place where you're not that very happy. Even something good has happened, you're not very sad or angry even when something bad has happened. So this meditation helps men to get into that equanimous state, equanimity, and it helps them to take more rational and practical decisions, which is very important because today men are not just competing with men. Men are also competing with women. Women are out there and women are coming strong.
Yes.
Right? Nothing against them.
Yes.
We love you and we would like you to be in the game and we would like to be there with you. But if let's say 10 men were competing with, if one person was competing with 10 men before, now there are 10 women also alongside. So now it's rather than 10, there are 20 people who we are competing with. So it just makes sense how to, manage your emotions better, both in professional and personal life.
राइट. एक सीधा सा सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि यू कैन बी द बेस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड,
राइट,
बट अगर आपको इमोशनल कंट्रोल नहीं है, तमीज़ नहीं है,
राइट,
गुस्से में किसी को कुछ भी कह देते हो, be it your relationships, be it your colleagues, be it your boss, they won't like it.
Yes.
Right? Also emotional control, also like you mentioned कि emotional होके कुछ नहीं करना. Emotional control also teaches us how to think long term.
Right.
Right? Because इमोशनल होके आप कुछ भी बात कर रहे हो, वेदर गुड और बैड, दैट्स जस्ट शॉर्ट टर्म थिंकिंग, राइट? सो इन अ वे मेडिटेशन ब्रिंग्स द गैप बिटवीन द स्टिमुलेंस, द ट्रिगर
Yes.
and the response,
Right.
right? तो बीच में अगर वो स्पेस आ जाती है when you can think, when you can be aware of your thoughts and your mood,
Right.
you can, you know, conquer the world,
Right.
right? Also जो competition की बात है, see, competition doesn't matter, but the world is moving fast,
Yeah.
right? Lot of people have to literally work very hard to earn their bread, right? There are hundreds and thousands of skilled people, right? So how do you distinguish yourselves? Yes, grow more skills, get better at whatever you're doing. Plus, emotional control can change the game, and meditation is a direct way to improve that.
Yeah, emotional intelligence is the number one way you can conquer any professional or personal challenge in your life. Like, that is the one thing, and I think meditation is the number one tool or the weapon that can help you to, become emotionally intelligent, managing your emotions.
Definitely, and there's this book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman.
Yes.
Very good book. Although, according to Jordan Peterson, since we are Jordan Peterson fans, according to him, emotional intelligence does not exist.
Yes.
But there's another definition for that. But in the end, the term might not be scientific, but it makes a lot of sense. And yeah.
At the end of the day, these are just words and symbols.
Yeah.
Right? Words are just symbols. Emotional intelligence, someone understands or has read the definition, just it acts like a symbol. Okay, आज मुझे गुस्सा आ रहा है, no, let's be emotionally intelligent. Okay, how can I be emotionally intelligent? I can start meditating.
Yeah.
Just a symbol of things. So it doesn't matter if someone agrees or does not agree. If you believe in the symbol, it will work for you. If you don't, it won't work for you.